I'm delighted to be able to catch up with Liam from Control Energy Costs, who's been a very strong business partner to the Black Country Chamber of Commerce, to talk about energy costs. Liam, we're hearing a lot from our members who are very scared about what's going on out there, very concerned about what's going on out there. They can see the government recognising the impact this will have on domestic energy costs, but not a lot being said about commercial energy costs. So to just paint us a picture, what's out there?
It's a pretty bleak picture. I have to be honest. It's interesting what you said there. So a lot of the press is about the domestic market and the price cap. In my opinion, it is significantly worse for business because they are not protected by, the price cap. So to give you an idea, so at its absolute worst, we were seeing clients facing 400% cost increases on some of their contracts. If you had a contract due in the next 12 months, depending on how good or bad your existing contract was and when it was signed, I would probably be setting your expectation before we even went to market that you would be facing somewhere between 100 and a 200% cost increase. So the level of the increases are significant, and it also happened relatively quickly as well. So, okay, not pretty at all. But so what do you think businesses should be doing now? I think if you've got contracts due in the next 12 months or so, I would urge you to be proactive. Do not sit there burying your head in the sand or thinking that, I can just put it further down the to-do list, because it's not going to get much prettier. And my view is that the sooner you know about the severity of the increase, the more that perhaps as a business you can plan for that and try and have a strategy of where you might be able to put price increases to clients, etc. I think the key thing also is that if you are big enough, make sure that you're exploring flexible purchasing. So with a fixed contract, you're basically buying all of your volume on one given day. Now, when the market's as high as this, that's not necessarily a good thing to do. What you really want to be looking at is buying smaller chunks over time as a risk management strategy. But the key message, Calum, really is be proactive on it, engage with an energy partner. We'd be delighted to support chamber members. We already work with quite a few to sense check where they're at and to help them get on the front foot with this. The worst thing that you could do is do nothing. A month before your contract is due, where do you go? You've got no options.
No, give yourself time to explore all the options. I mean, where does sort of green energy fit in with all of this, Liam?
Good question. So I think what this has done around net zero, what this has done is it has made businesses think more about how they decarbonise and essentially use less energy, because they're sort of forced to, because that's a way of mitigating costs, using less. Green energy is now a requirement for a lot of clients that we're seeing. So as a tender requirement, they have to have green energy options. It used to be perceived as quite expensive. It's really not now at all. So that is the drive towards net zero. There's funding around there for net zero projects, installs. Again, be proactive, reach out, and we'll be delighted to put you in the right direction.
And I think you can probably also assist businesses with trying to work out how they can use less energy as well, can you?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's about understanding your consumption as a business. When do you use energy? How do you use it? Can we shift that so that essentially you're using less and therefore your bills are less each month as a result?
Okay, and final words, I suppose. But do you see this as a short-term crisis, or do you think this is becoming the norm now?
No, I think this is the new norm, and also the new norm is everything's very volatile. We're seeing really big swings in day, but our view as a business is that things are not going to go back to normal anytime soon.
Okay, well, not a pretty picture, but as you say, don't bury your head in the sand. Let's make sure that we start talking to whoever your energy provider is and your agent is to try and make sure that we get the right solution for you. Thanks for your time.
No problem. Thanks, Calum.